Hey everyone, I'm Morgan, owner of a small service plumbing company, and today I want to show you JOBBER. This is our software that we use for plumbing. Overall, I've been pretty happy with it. There's a couple things I don't like. I feel like the way that they programmed it, it's a little bit, maybe we have to do a little bit of end around to make it work for us. But overall, it really keeps our job streamlined, our schedule smooth. We're able to put notes and photos on the jobs to help with callback issues. We get to put our warranty on there. We get signatures from clients. Keeps the whole team running very smoothly most of the time. I think I'm pretty happy with it, and I want to give you a rundown. This is my second attempt, so I'm going to keep it smooth. The problem is, before I had my real schedule on there with all our jobs, I didn't want to put people's addresses up, and I was trying to blur them, and I'm not that good of a video editor. So I'm just going to do a test subject here, make it a little easier for me to edit in the background. So when you go on to JOBBER, you're going to click this little logo right here. And this is your home screen. And it'll give you like some to-dos, depending on what your technicians don't need to see all this stuff. We usually just have it where all they can see is their next job. So we're just gonna go as if we were, I usually use this little plus arrow down here. One thing you can do is a task. You can say we're gonna change oil Sprinter van. And we're gonna go to schedule today. We're going to put Haley on there because I have her schedule cleared out so that we can do this smoothly. Boom. So we're going to look at the schedule, and then it'll pop up on her schedule. Change oil for Sprinter van. She goes in there. She hits complete task. Boom. It's completed. Done. Okay. Now it shows up as checked on her schedule. When we've got jobs coming in, we're typically going to schedule them just like this. We're going to go, we've got a job. We're going to select an existing client. You can just as easily add one. We're going to go with the test for, this is just a fake client. We're going to say water heater not producing hot water. And then we're going to go line item. This is how we normally do things. We'll send the tech out there with an evaluation fee, and we expect them to do a professional evaluation. And that's the whole other side of the business that you should subscribe so that you can see how we try to run that. It is not easy, let me tell you guys. Add to the job, save line item. Actually, she'd save it with the $99 in the description there. I usually don't do this. We're gonna schedule it for today for Haley. Save the line item. Boom. And then if she goes to her schedule, she's now going to see, oh, I've got a water heater not producing hot water. Let's go here. And you can send a text to the client saying you're on your way. I'm going to be there in 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. It'll send a text to me at some point. And then you can also do directions right from here, which is super handy. I mean, with today's technology, I would, hope. Gives you the directions, so it tells you how long. So then let's say we showed up to the job, and we've got a water heater that got a lower element burned out, but it's 20 years old. There's that text that comes into the client right there. Okay. Okay. And then when they go there, they're going to go option 1. Hey, this is a 20-year-old water heater. If we replace the elements, it may not last very long because there's sediment buildup. So option 1, you'll build in your options. We'll go water heater repair. Okay. Option 2, and everybody, you might do this a little differently, but this is kind of how we do it. This be water heater rebuild. So this is when our techs are on the site. And then our other option, and this is all built-in line items that I've spent hours coming up with. This is another problem I have with Jobber. There's no easy way to raise your rates. Say you want to raise your rates 5 or 10% at the end of the year. I wish there was a way to do that, just mass over the mass price list, but there's not. You have to go in one by one and plug them in. So that's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it works. So then you'll have, when you go to produce this to the clients, you'll say, okay, well, if you go with any of our work, we waive the eval fee. Our minimum repair option is to replace the elements and stats on this water heater. It's going to cost X. Our next option, our better option, is going to be to rebuild that water heater completely with anode rods, stats, TNP relief, flex supplies, etc. Maybe add a water heater pan if it needs it. And our best option, of course, would be to replace it. So you got the new warranty and our extended warranty. And then what you'll do is the way we run it. Hey, I want to go with just a replacement, they might say. I want to just update it. I don't want to worry about it anymore. Perfect. Let's waive that eval fee. Let's get you plugged in for the best option here. We're going to go complete visit. This is how we have to do it. I don't know if this is proper, but this is the way we've found that works best for us. It'll pop up a new page that basically drafts it as an invoice. We'll get a signature from the customer. Smiley face today. Confirm. Okay. Then the technician's good to go with the work. At the end, I always tell them leave voice notes. Replace the water heater. Water piping is old and recommend updating or replacing of partial or entire water system because it is rusted and may be prone to problems in the near future. Water heater is new, brought up to code with minor label permit, and is in good condition. Boom. That's our, still writing. That's our notes there. We're going to upload a photo. Save it. Now we've got that note on our back end here so that we got pictures of the work. We got pictures of all the goodies that we need. We can send that via email and it'll send them a receipt that says they're due, which I guess I can go ahead and send just so I can show you. And you can also collect payment right on site, which is typically what we do. You can run a card. You can mark a check for payment, put the check number on there. Or we go to our email. And here's our invoice for $21.85. Pay the invoice however we want to do it. High test 1.0. This is your invoice paid upon completion. They can pay it right then and there. And we're going to say, oh, it's paid. We can send them the photos as well if you want to send your clients the photos. In this case, because it's a test, we're going to go ahead and delete this one. And that is essentially how we run Jobber in a nutshell. I'm trying to keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it smooth. The other thing you can do is if you create your jobs as a quote, go back to Jobber here real quick. If we could complete it as a quote here, same, it's going to look the exact same once you put your client in there. The only cool thing about a quote is anything over $500 qualifies for, because we signed up for it, for finance. So it goes through a third party. This is one of the things I love about Jobber is offering financing. So if somebody needs a new water heater, they obviously need it, but they may not have the money to do it. So we also include financing options, which means the customer can apply right then and there, and within a minute or two, they can get approved, and then we can do our job, and then WiseTac, the third-party financing that they use, pays us within 2 business days, and it hits the bank account, and then we are done. Converts not a ton more jobs, but I would say it gives you a little 20-30% chance better at getting those calls closed and getting the customer served. So overall, really happy with Jobber. I mentioned the pricing thing where I wish it was smoother. They also have an ability to track receipts on Jobber, which is expense, put what you spent money on and add the photo. I love that option. The only thing I don't like is I haven't found a good way to produce like a exported file to send to my CPA on a breakdown of all those receipts. Like, I want to know which technician logged it. I want to know how much they spent over the month. I want more detailed reports, and I think Jobber lacks a little bit in that department. I think that for somebody that's starting out, this is great, but then once you get to 4, 5, 6 people, the reports really could use some details and a little more easy to pick apart on the back end, because you really start to like spend a ton of money running a plumbing business, and you need to know where that money's going. And also, they don't have a good report system for which technician did what. Like, I want to see how much technician A brought in over the course of a month versus technician B. I've heard some of the other companies are better at that. And that's probably my biggest complaints with Jobber, is like the data on the back end. You know, it works great as a scheduling and you know, kind of going through the work week, but then on the back end as an employer, as the business owner, you want to see the actual data. So if anyone from Jobber has a better way to walk me through that sees this video, please reach out. We could do a live stream and you could walk me through it. Maybe we can put it on my channel, because I think I'm not alone in this department. Now, is it better than QuickBooks? 100%. I would never go back to QuickBooks. You know, you can get that signature up front, get paid upon completion. Invoices are smooth. It tells the customers you're heading out. We got the price book built in. Notes and photos are key. We can plug in multiple different technicians. You know, if we have a laborer that needs to go help, you know, it's easy to just plug and play. You can't do that with like QuickBooks. So I would say this is definitely the next step up from QuickBooks, and it's got a pretty decent price point. You know, I spend a lot on it, but it started out pretty reasonable, and I've bumped the plan a couple times. So overall, I'm happy with Jobber. I think we have to kind of do a little bit of an end around on the system compared to how they intended it to be used. But most of my guys, it's pretty easy to use. Most of my guys pick it up within a week and a half of using it. So Jobber, I'm gonna give it the thumbs up. Let me know what you think, and maybe you have a better idea out there if you're a plumber on what a better system might be. I like it simple, but I like it to be efficient and smooth, and I like the data. So we'll see you on the next one. I'd love it if you subscribed. I'm trying to help other small plumbing businesses get a leg up, and I also can use advice myself. So let's connect if you're another small business owner, and we'll see you on the next one.